In a small town, there lived a wealthy merchant and his family, happily blessed with 2 daughters. The elder daughter, named Leona after the sun, was strikingly beautiful, but also impulsive and greedy. The younger daughter, named Diana after the moon, wasn't as physically attractive as her sister, but was known for being calm, diligent, honest, and devoted to her family. Sadly, their mother had passed away early on, leaving the father to care for his daughters alone. One day, due to overworking, the father fell seriously ill. Diana took on all the household chores and cared for him tirelessly. She called a doctor to help, but the doctor was at a loss.
I'm afraid I cannot cure this illness with my current skills. However, there is one remedy, the Golden Lotus, found on a high mountain. The journey to get it is incredibly perilous. You must cross a dangerous bridge, navigate through a forest teeming with wild animals, and reach a temple perched atop the cliff where the Golden Lotus grows. It's believed to be able to cure any disease.
My daughters, whoever is able to find a cure for my illness will inherit all of my property, declared the father. Leona, driven by her desire for wealth, quickly stepped forward. Father, I'll get it, and then all your fortune will be mine, she declared with a gleam of greed in her eyes. After half a day of traveling, Leona arrived at a bridge. In her haste, she stepped onto the bridge recklessly, causing it to sway dangerously. Frightened, she immediately retreated. I'll just wait here for Diana and find out if there's a safer way across, she thought to herself. Next to her, an old man begging for food. Young lady, I'm so hungry. Could you spare me something to eat, he pleaded. Old man, I only have enough food for my own journey. If I give it to you, I'll have nothing left. Leona snapped. Please, if you share some food with me, I can help you cross the bridge safely, the old man offered kindly.
I just need food. I do not have food for you. You want to lie to me. I saw it's difficult to cross the bridge. Then how an old and weak man like you can help me, I will never believe it.
Hey, the new girl. I'm hungry. Can you give me something to eat?
Diana, humble and kind-hearted, did not hesitate when she saw the old man's hunger. Yes, sir, I have some bread. Please take it, she offered sincerely. Grateful for her generosity, the old man smiled warmly. Thank you, child. Take my hand. I'll guide you safely across the bridge, he said. Despite her sister's skeptical comments, calling Diana a naive fool, she chose to trust the old man. As soon as she held his hand and took the first step, the shaky suspension bridge transformed into a solid golden one. Leona, shocked, exclaimed, "What's happening? Where did this golden bridge come from?" She tried to follow Diana, but as she stepped forward, the bridge reverted to its fragile state, blocking her path. On the other side, the old man looked kindly at Diana and asked, "Little girl, where are you headed? Perhaps I can assist you." Realizing the old man's divine nature, Diana humbly replied, "I'm searching for the Golden Lotus to heal my father. Please guide me." In a small town, 2 sisters, Leona and Diana, embark on a quest to find the Golden Lotus to cure their father's illness, with the promise of inheriting his fortune. Greedy Leona fails when she refuses to help a hungry old man, while kind-hearted Diana shares her food with him, earning his divine aid. Guided safely across a dangerous bridge that transforms into gold under her pure intentions, Diana continues her journey with the old man's blessing. Asterisk, what challenges will Diana face next? Watch the second part to find out. You are a kind and selfless daughter, said the old man. Unlike your sister, who is selfish and unwilling to share, you are worthy of help. I am the mountain god, the guardian of this land. I will assist you in your noble quest. Take this tiger skin bag, fill it with water from the river, and keep it with you. It will be useful, said the old man. After leaving the forest, head towards the steep cliff. At its base, you'll find a large bowl. You'll understand what to do when you see it. Diana carefully followed his instructions. After speaking, the old man vanished, leaving her feeling more confident with the 2 magical gifts he had given her. She filled the tiger skin bag with water from the river and began her journey into the forest. Despite carrying a large amount of water, the bag felt light, thanks to its magical nature. As she ventured deeper into the forest, not a single wild animal dared approach her, likely due to the protection from the mountain god's enchanted gifts. Safely emerging from the forest, Diana reached the steep cliff where she noticed an enormous stone bowl at its base. After pondering for a moment, she decided to pour the water from the tiger skin bag into the bowl. As soon as the bowl was filled, a towering, fierce-looking Kong emerged from the mountain. Despite his intimidating appearance, he showed no hostility toward Diana. Instead, he simply drank from the bowl. After quenching his thirst, the Kong gently lifted Diana onto his shoulder and carried her up the steep mountain. In the blink of an eye, they reached the summit. There, Diana was greeted by the sight of an ancient temple adorned with intricately carved stone blocks. In the temple's yard, she found a serene lotus pond. At its center stood a magnificent golden lotus, glowing and fragrant, awaiting her arrival. Suddenly, the mountain god appeared behind her and said, "This golden lotus has a will of its own. To claim it, you must gain its approval. If you can touch it, the lotus will recognize your worth." Determined, Diana removed her shoes and cautiously dipped her feet into the muddy water. The icy coldness made her recoil. "It's much colder than I imagined," she muttered. Summoning her courage, she thought, "I have to do this for Dad." Without hesitation, Diana jumped into the freezing lake. Despite the numbing cold, she refused to give up. Her unwavering determination seemed to move the golden lotus, which began to glow brighter and more radiant as she drew closer. Finally, Diana managed to touch the magical lotus. Though her hand burned from its intense energy, she pressed on, driven by her love for her father. When she emerged from the lake, she felt revitalized and stronger than ever. To her astonishment, she had also become more beautiful than she had ever been. The mountain god, impressed by Diana's determination, handed her a tiger skin bag filled with the lake's muddy water. This golden lotus must be boiled with this muddy water to work effectively. Without it, not only will the disease remain uncured, but the condition might worsen, he warned. "I will remember your advice." "Thank you," Diana replied. But when she looked up, the mountain god had vanished. In this episode, Diana reaches the golden lotus after bravely navigating challenges with the mountain god's guidance. Her determination moves the lotus, allowing her to claim it and receive magical water needed to cure her father. The mountain god, impressed by her selflessness, ensures she is prepared for the journey ahead. What awaits Diana on her return home? Watch the next episode to find out. To her amazement, the scene suddenly shifted, and she found herself back at the suspension bridge. "How magical this place is," she marveled. By now, night had fallen, and Diana saw her sister still waiting on the bridge. "Sister, you're still here?" Diana called out. Leona turned in shock. "Diana, is that really you? How did you become so beautiful?" Diana smiled. "I had to wade through the cold, muddy water while retrieving this golden lotus." "Mud? That's disgusting. Anyway, who cares? I'm already beautiful enough," Leona scoffed dismissively. "It's late now, you must be tired. Let's rest and leave early tomorrow to take this back to Dad," Diana suggested. However, in the middle of the night, she woke up to find her sister missing. She realized in horror that the golden lotus was gone. "Oh no, the golden lotus isn't here. Leona must have taken it home first. Without the magical water, how can she make the medicine?" Diana worried. By morning, Leona had already reached home with the golden lotus. Driven by greed, she thought, one petal should be enough. I'll sell the rest for money. She plucked a petal and boiled it in regular rainwater. As it simmered, the petal's golden glow slowly faded. Confident in her actions, Leona presented the potion to her father. "Father, I've brought back the golden lotus and prepared this medicine for you," she announced proudly. The father accepted and drank it, but moments later his condition worsened. It felt as though life was slipping away. "It can't end like this, no," Leona cried, overwhelmed with guilt. At that moment, Diana arrived. Seeing her father's critical state, she acted quickly, boiling the remaining petals with the magical water she had safeguarded in the tiger skin bag. The potion exuded a fragrant aroma, and a radiant rainbow shimmered above it. Diana helped her father drink the potion. Almost instantly, his condition improved. His youthfulness returned, and his hair grew back, dark and full of life. Turning to Leona, he said, "Leona, do you now understand the consequences of your greed and deceit? You are not fit to inherit my legacy." He then addressed Diana. "Thank you for saving my life. Your honesty, bravery, and kindness have proven you worthy. From now on, you will manage the family business." Humbled, Diana responded, "Father, I did this for you, not for wealth or recognition. I know, my dear, and that is precisely why you deserve it. With your character, I trust you will not let your sister struggle," he reassured her. From that day on, Leona sought to change her ways. She finally understood that her sister's achievements were a result of her virtues: kindness, honesty, and a pure heart.